Best intro ever.
Push the button.
Push the button. Welcome to Push the Button, where we talk about every kind of game, any console that's coming out, which is 720 and the Xbox. Still messed that up, but for the PS4. Sorry about that.
You wish it was 720.
I don't think it will be called 720. I think they're codenaming it Durango. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they're probably gonna keep that. It sounds pretty cool. It's new and interesting, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds interesting, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. It's like the Wii. The Wii had many different names also when it first came out. It was supposed to call like I think it was supposed to call it something like Nintendo Revolution or something like that when it first came out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've heard they named the Xbox 360 the 360 because of the fact that PS3 was coming out, and PS3, that would have been their third one, and Xbox would have been their second one, so people would automatically say, oh, the third one's got to be better, obviously. So that's why they decided to go with the 360, because the number 3 is already in it.
That's interesting.
That's what I've heard. That's rumor, but...
Pushing Buttons Podcast, your home for interesting facts.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting facts.
But yeah, okay, this whole new game of Destiny, I'm really disappointed that they've only been talking about it on the PS4. And it's to me, it sounds like they're saying that the Xbox is not going to come out this year. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be one disappointed customer at the same time.
Well, it gives them more time to work on it, right?
True.
So, I mean, yeah.
At the same time, I see the PS4 being rushed like they did with their PS3. It's like that whole concept all over again.
Oh, well, if anything was rushed, it was definitely the Xbox 360, because I think they pushed it out before PS3, and that gave the Sony people a chance to really work on what was wrong with the Xbox 360 and how can we make PlayStation 3 better than that.
Alright, not to rudely interrupt you guys, but we are 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the conversation / podcast without properly introducing ourselves. I am Fincher31.
I am XTokyokill.
This is Real Mistry.
And for now, that's all there is to it.
Yep. First episode. Welcome to our chat / podcast.
It's a test.
It is test episode, which test episode will probably go on my YouTube channel, ultra awesome first ever test. It'll be worth $3 million if you guys can get it on cassette tape.
Even though cassette tapes are probably 50 cents nowadays.
Yeah.
Good luck at finding one. Never mind.
Yeah.
Especially a blank one. Well, you can probably find a blank one on Amazon or something, but it really doesn't matter. Or you can go super old school with 8-track.
So yeah, you gotta have a Sony Walkman? Is that what it is? A Sony?
I think so.
Or what is it? Yes, you gotta have a Walkman to listen to our podcast. Or you can have a YouTube account. It's gonna be going up on my channel, Game Glitching Guru. I might even make a new channel for the podcast itself.
Sweet deal. Sweet deal.
So Game Glitching Guru?
Yeah, so I'll send you guys a link real quick, but all in favor of making the podcast a new channel, say aye.
Hello.
Hold on, and the other option is making it my channel already, say, I don't know, my channel, I don't know.
I think it should have its own personal channel, but if you'd like to, that'd be awesome too, instead of taking so much time.
Okay, think about it this way, what's going to get more attention? A new channel or a channel that's already... You've already got a channel with views on it, right? How many views do you have on your channel?
I really want to change the name, because Game Glitching Guru doesn't do it justice. See, my original intentions were to make it about glitching in video games, because I used to glitch the hell out of Halo 2. But I never got a capture card, so then it became doing Let's Plays.
Those were the days, guys. Those were the Halo 2 days.
Yeah, me and my brother were actually looking up some videos today about like trolling, and I was like, "Oh, do you remember whenever me and you used to super bounce in Halo 2? We'd go on what's that app, Ascension, and we'd bounce to the top of the big tower."
No, you guys remember? Like, I remember the days when I used to play Halo 2. There was like rumors going around about the Golden Warhog. I spent hours and hours and hours just looking for that thing, and then all of a sudden it's like not real. It was just a poster board, fake rumor. I was pretty disappointed because I was actually excited to find it.
Speaking of, I mean, if I'm correct, I also heard that apparently we haven't found all the Easter eggs in like Halo 3.
Oh, really?
Apparently, like, somebody was looking over the code in Halo 3, and apparently we have not found all the Easter eggs. If I'm correct, I read on a forum that there's an Easter egg that pops up only one day a year, and we haven't found it yet.
Well, you got 365 days to look for that thing, so you have to spend at least one day looking for that Easter egg.
But then you got to know where it is and when and what point in that day it comes.
Yeah.
I know that in Halo 3, on the 4th of July in Valhalla, in the base closest to the water, a thing pops up about a barbecue, and a different one pops up on Christmas, and a different one pops up on Halloween. So maybe is that what they're referring to? Because
no, it's only one day a year.
So it's like a special Easter egg, though. That's what...
Yeah, think of it like as, you know, Bungie's... When was Bungie's Day? Like, wasn't it like something the 7th? July 7th?
7/7.
Yeah, July 7th.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe, I mean, what if it is that one day? That they have an Easter egg? Maybe even if it's in the campaign, or like in multiplayer or something, right?
Yeah, that's like the big question right there. It could be in either or.
It could be like, a 7-day, 7-month, 7 hours, 7th minute, 7th second, 7th mission of the Halo 3 franchise, the Halo 3 game, right?
You're right, actually. That could be. That's actually a good theory. It could be exactly how you just said.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting.
I don't know. It was like when it first came out, like the 777 day. It just like my first thought was like, this is really weird. Like, why would they come out with a playlist that's like 777? And at the same time, like there's gonna be Easter eggs somewhere in the game because of that date. So, and since you just reminded me of that one Easter, oh my god, I forgot what I was gonna say. The Easter egg, right? Am I right? Easter egg.
Yeah, Easter egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one day. I don't know. It's just there's so many. I don't know.
Or maybe you could think literal. Maybe it could be an Easter egg on Easter Day, right?
Right. That'd be interesting. But guys, I'm really sad. Like the most saddest thing I've heard so far about Halo is that Halo 3 is getting shut down. That's like one thing that I'm really gonna miss too. Even though I don't play the game that much anymore, I'd rather have the server still going. Like I can
still play Halo 3 now and still have just as much fun as I did before I played Halo 4, or even when it's Halo Reach.
I was really thinking, like, me and my friend Gary Flasco, aka Captain GTV, we were talking about having a server going up for Halo 2, just a server, and have like 16 people come into the server if we can get that many people into the server and have a great day at Halo 2. Just have fun.
We'll make it a game night. It can happen. I mean, I still have to work on the achievements myself for the new for that DLC. I'm not gonna lie, and it's really hard to get those achievements, especially considering that nobody is really playing DLC right now. A few weeks ago, I actually went on to Halo 3 servers and started playing some Halo 3, and there's like 80 people not even playing on DLC.
Oh wow.
Right.
It'd be an interesting plan. Like have a whole I want to get the Vidmaster challenge. I never got to because I didn't find the right people to play with to get those achievements.
Oh, I'd love to play the Vidmasters again. People say no to it, especially after they get it, but I'd still play it again.
Oh yeah, we should schedule a game night for it. I think
me and my brother, we used to do. We'd go on the Bungie classified forums, and we'd on the forums we'd actually advertise that we'd help people with that one achievement where you have to run the last mission.
The ghosts
and
on
with
Legendary.
all 4 ghosts. We did that like 8 or 9 times.
You probably had that thing memorized by now.
Oh yeah, we were like running it. We just like run it so fast. The people who were with us would just stay back until we got to the ghost part. We'd tell them like, just stay back. We got this, and we'd like run it without like taking any damage. We'd kill all the enemies at that part. We have to like kill them all at the top of the
cliff there.
Or yeah, right there. And the only hard part was your teammates, who were the people trying to get the achievement, would like die with the ghosts and shit. So that was like the hard part.
That alone can easily take 45 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
That last mission on like Legendary, it wasn't. To be honest, it wasn't that hard, in my opinion. Like it seemed like really hard because like the whole structure of the whole place was just like collapsing. But if you knew the route of the last level, it was like probably the most easiest thing.
But the last level of Halo 3 was definitely easily an homage to Halo 1 and Halo 2. I mean, Halo 2 you had to verse, Tartarus at the end of the game?
Yeah.
Right? And then Halo 1, you end the game by trying to escape the Halo by going on a Warthog and doing that Warthog run, right? Mm-hmm. And then the area that one specific level is on is actually a map from Halo 1, right? So, I mean, that has homage written all over it, as far as, like, the last level of Halo 3 goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see.
So I think we've eventually decided that, like, this is going to be a gamers podcast, but I think also just to, like, more, like, reach out, we should also make it about, like, YouTube.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm a moviegoer. I like talking about movies, too.
Yeah, movies. It should be about more... How about entertainment?
Yeah, entertainment.
Like, entertainment. Yeah, that sounds good, definitely. Because I wanted to branch out about how our very own Finchey, who is me, actually went to Playlist Live this last week. And I got to meet some YouTubers. Playlist Live in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, yeah.
And I live in Ohio, so that's pretty far away. It was a 17-hour drive, and then 17-hour drive back, and that wore me out. I didn't even get online yesterday. I was just sleeping like the whole day, but it was really nice. Got to meet Ed Bassmaster. If anyone who's listening to this knows these people, Ed Bassmaster, Jack Douglas from Jack's Films, Kazim G. I got to watch D-Storm live. That was pretty sweet.
I'm pretty jealous of that.
A guy named Mike Diva, and then I got to meet someone else. Who's the last person? Sean Klitzner. He's also one of Jack's friends, and they collaborate a lot. But yeah, it was a pretty sweet event.
I was really hoping that do you know the epic rap battles?
Yeah, I don't think he was there. I forgot what his name is, but I don't think he was there.
Oh, I'm pretty sad then. That's one of the best. I think the best one was Darth Vader and Hitler Part 2, because Darth Vader has it was that one part where Princess Leia went and saved I think it was Han Solo. I can't remember the name. But yeah, he defrost him, and he's like, "Get off, bitch," and just out of nowhere they start rapping all over again, which is really sick.
Yeah, Han Solo, that's the who Princess Leia would save. Because he got, he turned into cement or something like that?
Yeah, he got isolated.
Carbonite, I think.
I don't know what it's called. It looked like cement or some sort of metal or something.
Wait. Are you guys...
They froze him in carbonite is what it was. I think. I think it's called carbonite. Freezing, and it's basically just sealing you in a rock tomb. And it was funny because I watched it when I was a little kid, and I remember I was so sad because I loved Han's character. I was like, oh, why do you have to die? Because I didn't watch the last part before that. I thought he was dead, and I was so sad.
Han Solo was definitely an awesome character.
Sure.
I remember as a kid, I was just so happy, and whenever he died, I was so sad. But when he came back, I was in friggin' so much joy. I was like, oh, he's back, awesome.
Oh, you know what I heard? The same character that played Han Solo might be playing in the new Star Wars, actually.
And the same character who played Leia
old, man. Harrison Ford, have you seen how he looks now? I mean, he's still doing action movies, sure, but there's only so much he can do now.
Yeah.
Right? And God knows where whoever the actress of Princess Leia is. God knows where she is.
But you gotta think, it's been so many years since they made episodes, 4 through 6? It's been so many years since then. And of course they're gonna age. That's how Star Wars is gonna be. They age through the years.
And then you got Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill, I don't think he's able to do a Luke Skywalker. And he's very famous for being the voice of Joker, so I don't think he'd be willing to take on a Star Wars movie. But then again, he might come up and surprise us.
That too.
I think it'd be cool to have him as like an Easter egg or like an homage to him or something, right? That'd be great to have. Or even an Easter egg and homage to Han Solo and Princess Leia, but...
The thing, I think they're going to make it more or less about their kids, who would be like Jason Solo and Anakin Solo, and I think Ben Skywalker. But I think it's going to be about their kids, and like they're going to be like older people, you know, like old adults. Like, because I have the books, or some of the books called the Legacy Era, which is like after the Empire falls, and like they have the kids and everything, and I think that's what this is going to be more focusing around, because that's what the books were more focused around, was their kids.
Oh wow.
Well, who's the bad guy? I mean, after Darth Vader dies, who takes over? I'm not too familiar with the Star Wars story.
It might be like...
I don't think it's about the Empire anymore. I think it's... Wait. Oh, man. I don't think it's about the Empire. It's about, like, a different, like... It's like, I don't know, just a different, like, not global. That's dumb. Different, like, galactic evil thing. But it's not the Empire anymore. They're gone after Palpatine was killed. I think my brother told me that, like, he was cloned a couple times, so he actually wasn't dead, like, he had his clones. But then something happened, and, like, the Empire kind of, you know, just slowly, like, faded away. But it's something else.
I'm pretty sure they'll find a way to bring the Empire back.
I think they said that the clone troops were actually slaves afterwards. They made them slaves.
You know who's directing Star Wars, right?
J.J. Abrams, was it?
Yeah, but he's also directing Star Trek, which is something interesting to think about. I mean...
It's like, dun, dun, dun!
Yeah, pretty much moment. Like, I actually can't believe that. I'm pretty, not gonna lie, I'm gonna go a little mad right here. I'm pretty salty about that, actually. Like, what would a fucking... If he's directing the new Star Wars, why the fuck is he doing Star Trek? That makes me mad. At the same time, he's probably a good director, but I don't know. I'm one of those kind of fans that it can't be the same guy with Star Wars and Star Trek. Is that, like, whole ordeal with, like, people fighting with Star Trek and Star Wars. They think it's the same, and it's not. But, I don't know. It's just...
I don't think it's the same, but I've never watched Star Wars, never watched Star Trek, but I do believe that, like, they both have their own space and their own universes, and neither of them are really bad. I'm assuming if, like, I watched Star Wars or Star Trek, I'd get into it. I wouldn't doubt at all. Like, I've heard about some of it. It's just like they each have their own universes and they each have their own ups and downs, and I don't know, the fans like to just be fans, and I'm not like a super fanboy. I'm just like, I definitely, love Star Wars, so
maybe I shouldn't judge the Star Trek, because like I seen the remake, the new Star Trek movie that they made, and it actually wasn't bad. I actually enjoyed it, and it was pretty badass, I'm not gonna lie.
The new trailer for the second movie is out now.
Really?
In Darkness. It actually looks pretty crazy. I mean, you got this ship that's like crashing into like this huge city and all this stuff. And I don't know who the bad guy is, because I'm not really too familiar with Star Trek. And those Star Trek fans will probably be like cussing me out. But I mean, it looks really cool.
Yeah, they're probably like, oh, it's gonna be so dumb and stuff like that. And like, I don't know, it's like the people who complain that Greedo didn't shoot first. It's like really stupid. Like, I mean, George Lucas.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. George Lucas, let's say Luke Skywalker directed the films. George Lucas, he said that's how he wanted it to be first. So, and then, like, he got all pissed off. That's why he didn't want to make any more movies, is because every time he did, like, the fans got pissed off about something. I think he even, like, said it. They're like, why don't you make any more Star Wars? He's like, because every time I do, you know, the fan base just, like, trolls him, like, hard about anything. Like, they remade the first three, or not the first three that they made. They remade them, and, like, people were bitching about things that were different that he wanted to do first. Like, I don't know.
I think he should have, in my opinion, I think he should have never listened to the fans. He should have just went with his gut, because the movies that he made were really amazing, and I think he should have just stuck it out and not listened to the fans.
You gotta listen to your fans sometimes, and sometimes you gotta take criticism, but, I mean, that's overdoing it whenever you have people, like, just, all they do is bitch about things. I don't know.
Yeah, it made him quit directing movies, which is really sad.
Or at least quit directing Star Wars.
Like the Indiana Jones that he did, oh, dude, they were all amazing. They were incredibly awesome, not gonna lie. I enjoyed them. Because, like, I think for him, I think he was a great director for his time. Like, he was the top-notch director. He was the one that started the movie industry, like, the movies like that.
Tokyo, George Lucas didn't direct Indiana Jones. Steven Spielberg did.
Oh shit, I got that wrong then. My bad, everyone. I'm gonna get yelled for that one, that's for sure. But no, it's just, I don't know. Well, Steven Spielberg did an awesome job with Indiana.
He's a pretty darn good director himself. He's got plenty of blockbusters.
Yeah, under his belt, he's wow. I mean, you know, something like that. Just, it's gonna be crazy. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what the hell. I was just like shooting off my tangent. I was just going, but it's just like, it's crazy. Like, when you have someone like that in the world, and they're just like, they've been so influential. It's like, that's what you want to strive towards when you do something like that. You just want to, like, strive towards being one of them. It's just amazing how freaking angry people get. Like, I guess you could say they're haters, because they just, like, get pissed off at him for no fucking reason.
That's where the comedians come in, pretty much.
Yeah, it's where comedians come in. I like it.
Oh, no. It's just, I don't know. But, wait. Well, here's a new movie topic. Did you guys hear there's rumors about a new
Transformers 4.
What's it called? Like, 'cause I know part 2
I don't
is called
know.
Dark
I don't know what
Knight.
it's called, but Mark Wahlberg been hired to be the main character. I don't know who the actress is going to be, but apparently it's supposed to be like. I've heard from people that it's supposed to be like after the events of Transformers 3, and then I've heard from other people that's supposed to be before. It's kind of weird, but I mean, if they do make if this other one comes out, I think they're saying that the Dinobots might be part of it, but.
Ooh. I remember watching the Dinobots cartoons. Oh my god. If they have the Dinobots in this one, I'm going to be so excited to watch Transformers.
But personally, who I want to see as the bad guy for another Transformers movie would definitely be Unicron.
For sure. For sure.
Like, he's a big villain. And I'm pretty sure if they do that, they can bring Megatron back, because if I'm correct, he turns into like a Galvatron or something like that. They get some like junk robots or something, and I don't know, like, get the Transformers fans to talk about this one, but Megatron definitely comes back after he dies.
For sure. Like, I remember when when I was little, they used to have like the cartoon shows and everything, and I remember them transforming together to create like a more ultimate bot. I think they should, like they did in Transformers 3. I think they should do that more often, like in movies. It'd be really sweet to see that, more of a group transformation instead of like just one.
Oh, you mean like in Transformers 2 with Devastator?
Yeah, just like that.
That was actually a screw up, because Devastator was also in number 1, but I think they turned him into Demolisher or something like that. The tank in number 1, they named him Devastator, but it was actually the guy that. It was like the crane and stuff that comes together in number 2. That's the real Devastator. so they kind of screwed up the names. I think they decided to call the Scorpion or that tank. I think they decided to call that like Demolisher or something instead.
Called him Scorpion.
Yeah, I call it Scorpion because I'm so used to calling like tanks Halo Scorpion.
You're like, I think they named that Scorpion. I love that. I think they nicknamed that Scorpion.
Scorponok. The Scorponok. I love the Scorponok in Transformers 1. He was easily one of my favorite bad guys. You know that Scorpion in Transformers that attacks in the desert?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that thing.
And then he made another appearance in number 2, only to die by, I forget, Jetstream or something? I don't remember his name.
One of my favorites, and it's gonna sound stupid, but I forgot what his name is. His name's Soundwave or something. That guy really.
Oh yeah, that guy was really cool.
Dude, Soundwave was badass. His car was even more badass too. Oh, that car was so sexy. It's just like, Soundwave was a really nice car and also a badass Transformer. I think
he's probably my favorite.
And then you got the Ravager from number 2, that dog thing. That was
sweet. That was pretty sweet. I think the least favorite character of mine is probably Starscream. They made that character way too wimpy in this game. Or not in this game, my bad, in the movie. It's just, they made him way too wimpy. I don't know. I think Starscream should have been like a lot tougher than what he was.
I like how they kept true to like the voices. Like I went back. My little nephew was watching the Transformers cartoon, and like his voice almost sounds identical. I think if it's Starscream who I'm thinking of, he has like that really like that raspy voice like that. Like it's like that kind of thing, and it just sounds like identical.
I believe Optimus Prime, the voice actor for him, is the exact same voice actor from the TV show.
The TV show was shit. Like I was enjoying watching that.
I'm not too certain about Megatron though, but I'm definitely certain about Optimus Prime being the exact same voice actor.
I definitely think that Megatron's a different person. I mean, if I'm remembering like the way he sounds in the cartoon, I think he's a different person. He might not be, but I don't think he sounds like he sounds in the movie. He sounds more badass in the movie. In the cartoon, I think he's more of like the same thing as Starscream or whatever his name is. Whoever has that like really like high pitched voice. I think his voice ain't too much deeper than that. Like it isn't really deep. It's pretty high. But I love that one fucking Decepticon with like the really deep voice. It's like robot-y.
A deep robot-y Decepticon.
I think isn't that Soundwave? I think that's what I'm talking about. Soundwave. He has like that really deep ass voice.
Soundwave made his appearance in number 2 and number 3. He was a satellite in number 2, and then he came to Earth number 3.
Yeah, his satellite. I love that. We were just like laughing so hard, like he's always like floating around Earth or something. Like
he was badass in number 2 when he was a satellite. He sounded real like some guy had to do so much. Like somebody had to scratch their voice just to sound that deep, unless they like auto tuned everything to get it like that.
They like must have Omega auto-tuned or something. That was nuts, like that, how deep he was, and I just love that voice. Like, in the cartoon, it's the same way.
Oh, dude. I miss watching the cartoon Transformers. They were legit.
And, don't you guys remember that other one? Oh, he's like the cousin of, like, Soundwave. He was the one that turned into, the radio.
Oh.
I forgot his name.
I think in the cartoon, Soundwave turns into a radio.
Yeah.
I think he's also a lamppost in the beginning. I might be wrong on that one, but I think in the beginning of the cartoon, he's like a lamppost in the on their home world.
It's kind of
like out like that. Like, it's like, oh, go figure. He's not a car. He has to be a freaking lamp. He always has to be this like inanimate object that can't move. It's just like a lamppost, a stereo, really, a satellite.
Yeah, think about it. Megatron would have turned into a pistol, right?
Yeah, in the cartoon, it would have been cool if they would have kept to it, but like they
that'd be that'd be one super steroid pistol. I can't even imagine Megatron having like Megatron transforming into a pistol. That'd be like some super huge pistol that'd be like that. Like I don't know.
I love how like in the show or in the movie he got fucking annihilated in part 3. I was like, he's like, what would you do without me? And then fucking Optimus Prime is like, bitch, we'll see. And he just like cuts him in half or whatever he did. It was like badass. Like it was so.
It reminded me of like a furry warrior when he had like the twin sword, which is I'm going World of Warcraft style right here on Transformer. It's just like when he had the twin swords, oh my god, he went furry on everybody. It was so sick. And then when he had the shield, oh, he was going tank mode. Oh my god, it was so epic. Oh, he was just tanking everyone, bam, 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 just like going on it. Fucking Decepticons. Fucking Optimus Prime is the most legit Autobot of all time.
Another thing I liked about the Transformers movies were definitely the soundtrack. I mean, like when they're in a battle, right? They definitely nailed like what was the sounds that they wanted in that particular scene. Another thing that they did was, you know how Halo they have the chorus for like good things and stuff, or like they'll have like the African chant for the Forerunners now, right?
Yeah.
They went into, according to the making of the movie, Michael Bay and some sound makers went into a church one day and they heard this chorus, and this chorus did some specific like tone and theme to it that made them automatically assume something evil is going to happen, and that's where they came up with the idea of this chorus should be part of the song or part of the movie and part of the song where a Decepticon will show up, or like the huge battle between an Autobot or a Decepticon, and that's how they based their score off of. They just use this church thing and this choir at the church to make it happen.
Oh, wow. I never knew that, actually. That's pretty interesting. Like I was watching a video. This is going back to Star Trek. There's, you know how like they have like that weird like UFO sound, like the like
Yeah.
they used a ring, like an expanding ring, and then they used like a kind of a stick to use the ring and to make that sound, which is really interesting. Like an animate object can just like make a weird sound to make a movie sound, which is really
For some reason that just reminded me. I think it's because it's in one of the episodes, but do either of you two watch The Walking Dead?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my god. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you haven't watched the second to last episode of The Walking Dead, you might want to skip forward about 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh god.
That was crazy, dude.
I'm about to get into some talking about that. If you don't mind, then you can listen. It's going to be a pretty big spoiler, but it's going to be something that's like, you probably could have seen coming, but maybe at the same time it might have like blindsided you. So, in a couple more seconds, I will talk about that. 3, 2...
Personally, I didn't see it coming.
Actually, okay, so now we're in the spoiler zone, alright? Actually, I called it. I told my brother, I was like, you know, I could really see Merle dying in the next couple episodes, and my brother's like, oh, no. He's like, what's his name, the toy company, they made the toy about him, like, why would they kill him off, you know?
Here's the reason why I didn't see it coming. Well, what I didn't see coming was the way he died, right? I thought he was just gonna die by, like, the governor's hand, not turn into a zombie, and then have Daryl kill him, right? That's something I didn't see coming. Or, if the governor didn't kill him, then Daryl would have to kill him while he's human, right? That's what I thought was going to happen, but I was absolutely wrong. That's why it caught me off surprise.
Yeah, that was definitely, like, a crazy, just a twist. I mean, wow. I couldn't freaking believe it. I was like, I saw him get shot, and I was like, oh, I knew he was gonna die. And then that part where he comes up, and you just, like, it shows, like, the up-close shot of Merle's face. And I was like, wow, you just never thought you'd see that, like, him, a zombie eating flesh. Just so weird. He was such, like, I know everyone else hates him, but I really kind of liked his character, like, the way he was heading. But everyone else hates him. I really kind of
very much reminded me of Shane. Right? He definitely knew how to push the buttons. And like you need that kind of character in a story like that. You definitely need somebody that can push buttons very easily and very quickly.
But imagine, like, Benjamin Button Shane, like, but, like, with his attitude reversing. Like, he started out horrible, but, like, slowly he was working his way back, and I remember, like, the most iconic scene for me was whenever they're killing, like, all the like, the governor invades the prison, right, and they're killing the zombies, and Rick's about to get, like, owned. And then, not Shane, I was about to say Shane, Daryl and his brother, Merle, they just come up out of nowhere, and if you look in the background, Merle's, like, standing there, and he has, like, this smile on his face. And, like, at that moment, I was like, oh, yeah, he's definitely going to start becoming a good guy now. And I was disappointed they killed him. Really disappointed. But I was hoping he's just going to become, like, a good guy and, like, blindside everyone who just thought he was, like, an eternal dick.
Whoa. Guys, I'm on Facebook right now, and they're talking about the PS4. It says it may be a while before we see the actual PS4 console, but Sony has no revelations about showing off. Oh god. What is going to happen?
Here we go. Do either of you guys read the comics?
I've read up to, like, them leaving the asylum, or the jail part. I think it was, like, the 4th hardcover book or something like that. That's as far as I've read.
Oh, you haven't read issue 100. Oh, man.
Like, all I remember is such and such person dies with such and such person in the hands, and, like, you have a few people that survive, and they're running out of the jail.
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil it for someone that hasn't read it. That's why I said such and such, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if they're going to kind of try making it the same way in the show, because I don't think really TV can handle that brutality. I really don't think it'd be able to handle that.
Well, that person I don't think is going to last too long in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, but the thing is, they really surprised me when they killed Sophia off. I mean, I was like, holy shit. I was like, they don't care what they do. This was obviously before I read the comic. Small spoiler alert here. At least as far, I'm going to just say as far up to you, Red, Sophia is still alive in the comic. She doesn't die at the farm.
Oh, yeah.
But I won't tell you any more past that, because that'd be a spoiler, but yeah. She's still alive at that part whenever the prison gets invaded. So the comic book is, like, pretty different from the show, but it follows, like, the same universe, slightly altered. For example, I think Shane dies within the first 2 or 3 comics.
Shane dies by the time they leave the camp.
Yeah, like, before they even, like, get that first zombie invasion, Shane dies. That first, like, camp invasion. He's like, wow.
In the show, I think it's a good thing that they kept Shane until, like, the end of season 2.
Yeah.
Right? Now it makes you wonder, okay, if Shane still survived by the end of season 2, where would the group be right now, and what would the circumstances be?
In the comic?
No, I'm talking about, like, in the show right now. If Shane survived, and he came across as governor as well.
We'd also have to remove, like, a couple aspects, like maybe he wasn't going to kill Rick. But even if you were to keep him in his same frame of mind, I picture him killing Rick, and the gunshot would still have attracted the zombies. And, like, he would have been like, oh, telling Carl that his dad got killed by the zombies, and, like, they need to go. And then, I picture it would have played out much differently. Like, maybe they would have never even found the prison, because Shane had different ideas. Rick, like, was like, we're gonna find, a place to hold down, and Shane's like, we got a GTFO to the freaking ocean and shit. He's like, he was different about his plans. So maybe they wouldn't even been at the prison, and maybe they wouldn't even been in the situation at all.
I really need to read the comic.
Oh, it's a great graphic novel. It's really cool.
I also have The Road to Woodbury, which is the first out of the 3 Governor books, hardcover. I got that. I've been reading it. It's pretty sweet. And
if you read him in the comic book, the Governor's very brutal.
He's way different, but imagine, like, the Governor, how he is right now in the show, if you've watched the most recent episode. Imagine how he is in the show right now, but ever since they first showed him, that's how he is in the comic. Like, he's horrible in the comic. But in the show, he was like a nice, like, he was like a yes man, basically. Or no, well, not really a yes man. He was really charismatic, and then he became slightly evil after things happened. But in the comic book, he was just always evil. There was no, like, good side to the Governor. He was always evil.
There was no accepting side. I mean, you know what? okay, spoiler alert for the comic book, but I mean, I'm kind of hoping that by the end of this next episode that comes out this Sunday, I'm kind of hoping that Rick loses his hand.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but like, it seems like
because the governor chops it off.
Yeah, that's when it happens way different. Like in the comic book. By the way, for all these spoiler alerts, I'm posting it on YouTube, so I'll be putting some annotations up, and they'll take you to right after the spoiler alerts are over. So I'll do that, and so you don't have to worry about just trying to randomly skip forward. I'll post some annotations. But anyways, what were we talking about? Rick getting his hand chopped off. In the comic, like basically what happens is they find the city, and then they take him in, and then Rick's like, ooh, city, sweet, and then the governor's like, ooh, fuck you, we're gonna feed you to zombies, and then they have like a little altercation, and then he's standing there, or they're like, it's kind of like interrogating him almost, and Rick refuses to talk, and then that's when he chops his hand off. So if it happens in the movie or the TV show, it might be a lot different. Like, maybe it'll just be like a spur of the moment thing, like he has to chop his hand off because it got bit or something, or maybe it'll be like something different than the governor taking it off. I don't know. I don't see what they're going to do with this last episode, because reading the books, Mr. You might be thinking the same way. I thought that they would have already started the war at the prison. I don't know. I really thought that this episode was going to start the war.
Definitely. Well, they're going to do the war for sure by the next episode. But my next question is, what's going to happen with Tyrese? I mean, in the comics, Tyrese was always with Rick, right?
Yeah, it was like Tyrese was like Rick's best friend in the comic, like ever since right after they left the farm, I think was when they met. But I don't know, I was really freaking like kind of upset when they like made him on the governor's side, but I really hope that something happens and like then they're gonna be in the.
See, there's this epic moment that happened in the comic book. Spoiler alert, Tokyo. But like the spoilers written all over this. I'm sorry, but like there was a point in the comic where Governor gets his hand on Tyrese and chops his head off.
Yeah, he
right
chops
in front
his head
of
off
everybody.
From his mouth. He's like, okay, here's what happens, Jose. I just want to kind of like visualize this to you. He takes like he rolls up, and imagine this taking place instead of when the governor like starts shooting at the prison in the show. Imagine instead, like the governor rolls up with, let's just say Daryl, just in place of Tyrese. Like we'll just say it's Daryl because it fits pretty well. Like that's like the same type of person. But he rolls up with like Daryl, and he pushes him out of the truck and makes him like kneel down right in front of the truck, and he takes Michonne's sword, puts it in his mouth, and what does he do? Does he kick the back of his head until it cuts his head off from the mouth up?
I don't remember. All I just remember is that his head got chopped off.
Like he put it in his mouth and kicked it until it chopped his head off, or something like that, or like he put him on the ground and pushed up. It was fucked up. I mean, the comic is really crazy. I mean, I can't believe how...
That's like curb stomping, like, hardcore style with a sword in the mouth. Wow.
I might try looking that one up now. I used that, like, I have a app on my phone called Perfect Viewer, and that's what I use to read the comic. And I used the cover to that comic book, like, a while, and the cover to that book is actually Tyrese kneeling down with a sword in his mouth.
Wait, there's an app for all these... Wait, is there an app for the comic books?
Yeah, go to, if you have a smartphone, download Perfect Viewer.
Alright.
I'll have to meet up with you sometime and give it to you, because you can't download the comics. Well, you can, but they're going to cost a lot of money, and I have them. And all you need to do is put them on your phone, and then you can look at them on Perfect Viewer.
Alright, sweet deal.
I hope it's legal.
God, you guys spoiled the comic book so bad for me. I feel like I'm ready. I feel like...
Honestly, Tokyo, that's nothing. You don't know the half of it, man.
I'm going to do a small spoiler alert for the part you haven't read yet, Real Mystery. It's not going to be too big. It's just going to be something you probably could have already predicted. But there is a person hella worse than the fucking governor.
Oh, really? We're
talking the governor times 10 worse.
Oh my god. Okay, I really need to get my hand on the book then.
I mean, this guy, his name's Negan, but he's like crazy bad, or Negan or something like that. He is just horrible.
Jeez, okay. I really need to get... Sorry?
I'm going to share this picture on Facebook. I wonder if you could share it from Perfect Viewer. I'll share the cover art of a...
That'd be excellent. So, like, the viewers know what we're actually talking about.
I might make it the thumbnail. Because I could do custom thumbnails now. I might make that my thumbnail. Good idea. Click, take a picture, make a thumbnail.
Put a picture up of what we're talking about, have an annotation there so they can click. And, like, if we have a link to something, they can click there and see what we're looking at.
That's a good idea. Like, a whole bunch of different, like, pictures on the screen, and, like, that's, like, kind of our setup. Like, they just click whichever one they want to hear about. That'd be sweet.
Or whatever, like, see, like, right now would be, like, The Walking Dead or something, right? And you can have an
Yeah, it's, like, interactive almost.
That'd be sweet, actually. That's a good idea.
Right? It would cross out your whole idea of, like, that whole gameplay thing that you wanted to do, Tokyo.
Yeah, it does. I like that idea way better. The one we just, like, came up with. Holy shit.
And you can put gameplay up if you want. I mean, it doesn't matter.
But it doesn't really matter. But the idea that we're having a conversation about, and it's more. I think it's more interactive and much better than what I had the idea of putting a video on.
Mhm.
And right now, I'm really, really into Call of Duty while we're doing this podcast.
Yeah, I was wondering why you guys weren't talking for a while there, but now I understand. I'm sitting here looking at my screen on my computer, just waiting for someone to talk.
I was actually listening to you guys spoiling the whole comic, well, half of what I know now on the comic series.
A quarter. It's not even a quarter, man.
Dude, it's a quarter of what Mystery read. It's more like, right now, it's more like maybe what we spoiled might be like 1/16th of what's happened in the comic.
Okay, then
There's so much more. How many issues do they have? I don't even know.
108.
There you go. And I'm probably not even at 50.
You would be at like issue, let me look up real quick where you would be. You said your last one you read was when they left the prison?
Yeah.
You're probably around issue 50, yeah. This is probably 1 through 50 what you got going on there.
Wait, so here's a question. How far, like, from the comic books to the show, how far do you think the show is from the comics? Like, how, like, the distance-wise of, like, where is the actual show to the comic books right now?
Coming from a guy who's read every single comic and keeping up to date with them, like, because Mystery's only read the first 50 with his hardcover book or whatever, I would say that they are maybe 1/3, but probably a little bit less. Like, basically after the prison, spoiler alert, I guess, after the prison gets invaded, there's, like, another civilization they find. It's really awesome what happens, like, after that. It's really cool, and, it's basically not even about zombies anymore. It is, like, they're still there, and when your friends die, they turn into zombies, but it's more about survival and trying to rebuild the world after that, and it gets a lot bigger. But, yeah, that's, I guess, all I should share for now, because I don't want to spoil too much, but it's really awesome.
So, like, the crazy thing is, like, they're trying to build the civilization at the same time fight off zombies little by little. And as they do that, the more they grow and the more people they find. That's pretty, I don't know. It's just, like, the Walking Dead series is an amazing series that they've created. And whoever made the Walking Dead series, I give you a smacked high five in the air, like, straight up, because you did an incredible job. And actually, I should give more credit to the writer of The Walking Dead.
Woo! I think his name's Robert Kirkman.
Yeah, it's Robert Kirkman or something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely great.
I wish I had a button to, like, clap for him, like the audience. You know how, like, TV shows have that clap on, like, hey, applause, everybody, like, yay.
Don't know you have a button to give him a cookie.
There, that's the clap for him.
There you go. Yeah, that's a clapping button right there.
Yeah, it's like, he did it. I give him props for an amazing job that he did. Because no TV show, no movie would have been nothing without the writer behind it. That's
I have no clue how to share this picture, but I would really like to, but I don't know how to share it. Oh well. It's just a picture of Tyrese kneeling down with a sword in his mouth, so wait, that's like what happens.
Just send
Here it is right here.
link. I can't see the link.
Oh no, that's brutal. What he does is he has Tyrese kneeling down, and I guess this is a spoiler, but this is what he actually does. And he takes the fucking sword and hacks at it the back of his neck.
Ooh, brutal.
Until his head falls off, dude.
That's not even the worst of what the governor does in the comic book, dude. Dude, that guy's a nasty motherfucker.
Dude, this governor sounds like I wish the governor was a character in Gears of War, because he sounds super brutal. That's like his perfect placement of a game is Gears of War.
No. I don't think so.
No,
I don't
then what?
think so.
Okay, then what brutal game should he be in? If that's not.
I don't know, but the stuff he does, it definitely would not be something alien related. I'll tell you that.
Okay, I can agree with you on that. How about Condemned, the game? Like, would it be like something like that?
Trying to think where the governor would fit in a good game. Gosh, are we talking about the comic book governor or the TV show governor?
Comic.
Oh, yeah, the comic book.
Let me think about that one. Come back to me on that one.
Okay.
It's got to be something where humanity is backed up in a corner, and there's nothing else left. And zombies is like one of the only things that can nail that for the governor.
No, you guys want to hear my opinion about zombies? Like, you know how they're creating like a whole bunch of games for zombies? I think creating a game for zombies is overrated now. Like, they've made so many zombie games so far to this day. Like, I think it's ridiculous. I think they should make, like, my favorite zombie, or aka not Zombie A, but it seems it should have been a really cool one, is the movie, if you guys heard of it, Stay Alive. That game that they played on that movie, I think should have been created for a real game.
By the way, I figured out what I think would be the best game for the governor to be in.
Go for it.
Fallout. I could picture him being in Fallout. The book governor, he's worse than Caesar, Fallout New Vegas reference, worse than Caesar, or Kaiser, whatever the fuck you call him. But he has like that likability of him, like the people who follow him see, but like when you're not on his side, you can tell he's evil. Type of thing, I don't know.
He seems like a betrayal kind of guy. Is that what you're trying to say? He's good, but at the same time he can betray.
Yeah, but he like won't stop until the job is done of like killing whoever he thinks should be killed and purifying whatever he thinks shouldn't be on the world anymore in his little segment of the world, which is what he's doing. I mean, think about it. Why the hell is he killing these people at the prison? Well, in the show, it would appear that he's killing them because Michonne killed his daughter, Zombie. But in the comic book, it was just because he's a dick. Like, really? Like, isn't that right? Like, they didn't do anything.
In the show, they also explain that he's killing other people that are not in the town because they could be unsafe. He wants to show that he can lead the town into safety by not showing them that he's killing other people and showing them that they're making a valiant effort to keep them safe all the time. That's why they're always blaming it on zombies attacking this person.
Yeah. Did you note, Real Mystery, did you notice the governor's tank in the background?
Of the show?
Of the tank in the background in the show whenever Merle starts shooting up the place?
Oh, yeah, I did.
I pointed it out to my mom and dad, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, look, there's his tank. He has it.
That's gonna be coming up in the next episode.
Watch. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be coming up, dude.
That asylum's gonna be blown up.
The what is it? The artwork for that like 2-pager thing that they did, where he's like standing on top of the tank, just like giving me chills every time.
Yeah.
And, like he's like, kill them all, and it was like, holy fuck.
In the comic book, it caught me off surprise when he popped up again.
Yeah.
The general.
I can't. I think we need to change topics so Jose can start talking, and also so that I can annotate the video so that we can annotate it out of the spoiler alert zone.
Tokyo, have you seen the new Wolverine trailer yet? I know you said you wanted to.
Oh my god, it was so awesome.
Also, you did check it out, eh?
Yes.
What do you think about that train fight that they had?
That shit was on like headlining news. Like, I mean, that was like top 10 like news stories like a couple days ago. The trailer for that, it must have been huge.
Dude, it is amazing. Like, it's like when I saw the trailer for Iron Man 3, it gave me goosebumps. It really gave me goosebumps, not gonna lie. It was just, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. Wolverine is a badass mofo. Like, legit. Dude, these movies that are coming out this year alone is just incredible. And the way they have it, like, I cannot wait for the next, like, 5 years and what movies they're gonna make, like, from, like, Marvel movies to, like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, all these Marvel movies that they're making are gonna be epic. They're bound to find another, like, somebody's gonna end up making another epic movie. Like, you guys remember the Avatar? That story alone was so incredible, and it was such
Even though it was essentially like Pocahontas, right?
Pretty much, yeah, but it was pretty badass, not gonna lie. All in general, it was a very good movie.
Alright.
But I can't believe Wolverine is trying to stop himself from becoming Wolverine.
Well, I mean, shit's gone. I mean, he's lost so many people, right? I mean, Cyclops is dead at this point. You got Phoenix that's dead. I think what happened to Rogue? I don't remember. I gotta rewatch that movie. But I mean, shit's hit the fan. Professor Xavier is gone. Magneto is technically gone temporarily, right? But I mean, by the end of that movie, he's still gonna remain Wolverine because he's gotta make his appearance in the Days of Future Past, right?
Right.
And I explained this to you earlier. Like, the whole Days of Future Past thing is like something happens in the future that affects something happens in the future that is affected by the past, so they have to fix it in the past in order for it to not happen in the future.
Well, it's like Time Splitters. That's my shit. Sorry, the Time Splitters is fucking sweet.
It's kind of like Spider-Man: Edge of Time, right?
Yeah.
Where
that reminds me about like whenever I went to Florida, we went to some kick-ass comic book stores up there.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt you guys, but that Time Splitters 2 was probably the most awesome game I've ever played.
I played Time Splitters 3 was the only one I played, and that game was the shit. I love the freaking like the things like where if you pay attention you can see it. Like in the first part of part 3, you're hanging upside down in a seatbelt. Your ship just crashed into like what is now Earth, and it's like all destroyed and shit. And by the whatever they're called, the splitters or whatever, and you're hanging upside down, and your guy has like blurry vision and he's blinking. Like, and if you look in the background in the blurry vision, you can see a guy standing on top of a hill, and he walks away like right before you get cut down from the seatbelt and you crack your neck on the ground. And later on in the game, on the last level, that's actually you. You're standing up on that hill, and you can see your ship crash, and you're actually trying to protect yourself from the first level from getting killed. It's really fucking sweet.
Or Finchey, in retrospect, that third game was connected to the other two games, which was awesome.
Yeah, well, that's how it is. But I was gonna talk about that comic book store that we went to. That thing was freaking huge. We had like 4 or 5 of them, but like 2 of them were gigantic, and they had things that I never knew existed. Like they have the Cloud car from Star Wars, like the Cloud City car. You could buy that, like, made out of metal, and it's, like, the size of, like, a freaking, like, a Hot Wheel, but it's a Cloud car from Star Wars. What? I wanted it so bad. I was like, eh. And then they had the Star Destroyer from Star Wars, and they had the TIE fighter. They're all like little metal models. They were so sweet.
Dude, sounds like a place that nerds would be like drooling over.
Oh,
Including
I
me,
bought
man. Holy crap.
from there, and when I bought those, hold on, let me get my, you guys continue talking. Let me get my Walking Dead comics I got. Hold on.
I'm pretty jealous, Zach. I wish I hate living in Ohio because, like, you don't see certain stuff like that around here unless you got to go to, like, a major city like Columbus or Cleveland. But even that, like, sometimes those kind of stores don't even exist around here, which I really hate. There's more stores like that if I'd known, I'd definitely go hang out there and just nerd out
I'm telling
an entire day.
I'm telling you, I love Florida, dude. I don't know why, but, like, my family don't want to ever move down there. Like, they're like, oh, yeah, we like Ohio much better. Yeah, Florida's a nice vacation destination, but Ohio is, like, where family is, which I agree. I mean, yeah, that's where family is, but I just love the atmosphere in Florida. It's just, like...
It's more enjoyable, dude.
Believe it or not, the people in the northern tip, at least, are actually kind of nice. Like, most of them weren't, like, dicks. Like, we didn't run into any, like, bad people, excuse me. But I got my comic books.
You gotta realize we live in a state where it snows like more than 6 months, like half the year. Or like.
All right, I'm gonna turn on my camera, but just to show you guys the cover of the newest comic.
I can't see it actually, and I'm still here to this whole.
Oh, that is not gonna work. It's all good. I won't show you, but yeah, I got issue 108. Hold on. Continue talking.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna interrupt you again.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay, are you good?
All right, go ahead and continue talking. I want to get all my comics out first. Go ahead. Keep going.
On Halo, this new Forge map, what do you think is going to be coming out for? Like, what do you expect out of it for, like, Forgers in Halo 4?
You mean Forge Island, right?
Yeah, Forge Island, my bad.
Dude, the possibilities are endless. I mean, I think Forgers are probably drooling over it, but kind of hoping for more of a Forge world kind of thing. I mean, all you do is...
Yet?
Sorry?
Have they, like, shown it yet? Have they, like, debuted what it's looks like?
Essentially it is. It's 3 Gigantor islands that are absolutely flat, and they're just 3 big circles, right?
Oh.
That's all it is, but if anything, I'm kind of hoping that they would take away the boundaries near the water, so then they can have endless possibilities with water, right?
Mm.
Do you understand what I mean? I mean,
yeah.
Like there's been plenty of Halo Reach maps in Forge World where you got maps that are in water, right? And I really like that idea.
It'd be a really, really amazing idea, having an underwater level for multiplayer. Like, not just, you can still, like, you can build a map underwater, like, have, like, a base underwater, yeah, with, like, mirrors and stuff that you can see out the window and make it more creative instead of just, like, 3 islands that are flat. It should really think outside the box. Like, the whole outside of space, like, making maps like that, that's a genius idea. That's awesome. But they should really go to the next level and make it underwater. Because I have yet to see a map underwater.
They gotta master, like, making it to where the water doesn't collide with the other things and shit. It's gonna take a while, I can tell you that right now.
You gotta realize, like, how much coding you need to put in there, and, like, the design of everything, right? Because, I mean, when you went underwater in Halo Reach, it was hard to see, A. B, it starts getting a little glitchy. C, I never thought that far, so we'll just get a B.
Yeah, I never thought that far. I like it.
You're kind of mumbling back there, looking through your comic books.
Yeah, I got my freaking mic sitting on my lap, and I'm, like, looking through my comics right now. I'm putting them in order by like the newest to oldest, or oldest to newest that I got, and I'll tell you in a second which ones I have. Give me a second.
Zach, in like 30 years, those comic books are gonna be worth something. And
Depends if like I get a print that they never like released 800 copies of. Like,
Well, if you keep it in mint condition, you'll be set.
yeah.
I'm pissed off. My issue 108 got like a crease in it. Oh, it pisses me off. And there's a comic book store that sold it to me. Like, I shouldn't have bought it. It looks horrible. It got like a big old crease that shows up for the first like 10 pages. Oh, makes me salty. Alright, so now it's time for Fincher here to brag about his tiny little collection of Walking Dead comics, which is about nothing at all. I need to get like a box for him and everything, but I got the Governor special, which is like, this is a comic just about the Governor. I got issue 1, like the 25th reprint of it, whatever the hell. Actually, I don't even know where it says what reprint it is. But it's definitely not issue 1, the original, which is worth like $1,000.
Oh,
I got issue 99, second printing. Issue 100, second printing. Issue 101, second printing. Issue 102, second printing. Issue 105, issue 104, I must have made those out of order. Issue 106, 107, and 108. Yeah, I got all those. Actually, I got 2 issue 106. They're 2 different covers. 107 and 108.
I have a question. When did Walking Dead actually started?
2002, I think, was it? Or 2006? One of those two dates.
It's been out for a while.
They come out, like, believe it or not, they come out once every month. So, I mean, you gotta imagine 108 comics over that amount of months. It's been a while.
2003.
2003. Holy shit. When?
Yeah, it was
10 years.
in 2003.
10 years of Walking Dead.
They have a new Walking Dead game, actually, called Survival Instinct. I'm pretty interested in it.
I heard that it was like kind of like a quick shit out this game type of thing, and people were disappointed, like they didn't put like care into it. I don't know, they were showing like clips where like there's like a whole bunch of glitches and stuff, which I mean I guess is common in any game, but these ones are crazy. Like you break a fence and there's a floating piece of fence still there. Like what? They couldn't even fix that?
I don't know.
You know what? They should make like an MMO style of Walking Dead where you actually have to look for other people in the MMO and gather things and travel together and defeat zombies. And
I could see them doing that, dude. Like Star Wars Galaxies, they used to have a thing where you could build like towns and shit, right? I could see them like making it to where you can actually build your own civilizations, like you actually cut down trees or whatever, or you find abandoned buildings. That'd be so fucking sweet, but I don't know why they don't. Maybe they are working on it. Isn't there that game called like DayZ or something, or World War Z or whatever?
Oh my god, DayZ. Jeez.
The game? Is it a game or a movie?
PC or wait, what is that for? Is that for console or is that for PC?
It's a PC thing. There's a game. I don't remember what the game title was, but it's actually a modification on PC.
I've seen like I go on Twitch.com, which is like a live streaming website for games, and there's like that one. There's DayZ and there's World Z, or there's like a second type of it, and I got on it. And they're like free roaming and trying to figure out stuff. Like it seems interesting. I'm actually interested too on it. Like I actually want to play it and see how it works out, because I've seen it go in action. Like during the dark, like a lot of zombies comes out, but during the day you're trying to do like a whole bunch of objectives and stuff to just survive through the night. I'm actually interested in the game.
Mhm.
I'd like them to like take care and like actually make an extremely good Walking Dead game. Who knows? Maybe they could even make it to where it spans like 3 or 4 states. But it'd be really just awesome if they could just like really, you know, care about it and make it. But I don't see them ever doing that. They did it for Star Wars though. I mean, you never know. Depends how big it gets.
See, speaking of Star Wars, like the online PC game for Star Wars, they are thinking about giving the subscriber, like, make the game completely free, like, and everything, because like right now they're not having enough people play the game, and
I believe it's already free.
Yeah, it's already free, but the thing is, they only give you a certain amount of things, free things, because you can still subscribe to the game, and they're thinking about canceling the subscription and giving everything to the Star Wars players.
Which would mean the only thing you'd have to do is buy the game itself.
No, you can download it on PC. Like you can download the whole game on their website.
Man, I bought that game when it was brand new. I pre-ordered that shit.
Yeah, I've been reading up on.
I hope you feel bad.
Wait, what?
Do you feel bad for me for pre-ordering that shit?
Yes, I do actually.
I know.
I knew from the second when people started leaving that the game was going to be free, because there's like two types of people: the people that go in and play it and enjoy it, and those are the people, and the other people are the people that played World of Warcraft for so many years and compare the game to it. Because they did the same thing with Terra, but Terra had they had a combat system which was really incredible, and I actually enjoyed that. But it's just like, it's still Star Wars / World of Warcraft style. It's still button smashing, just press like 2 or 3 just to kill someone. It's dumb. Like with Terra, you can use an Xbox controller or a PS3 controller to play with it, and it's really sick. Even though it started as a Korean game, a beta Korean game, but it was really sweet though. Yeah, go ahead with your Walking Dead.
What about The Walking Dead? I think I'm done with that topic. I even listed off my comic books.
Okay.
I won't talk about that topic until next month. Maybe we'll have to make a segment. Jose, you're going to need to read the comics, and so aren't you, Real Mistry. You're going to need to get caught up, because we should make like a segment that goes over the show and the comics. Just for like every time we release with the comic that's new, every time we release an episode and the comic just came out, we could do like a show and be like, for like a 10-minute segment, just talk about the comic and what's new and what happened.
For sure.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. That'd be a little intense. Well, even that, we could probably even just do it on the show, right? I mean, I think that's what everybody seems to catch up on. It's easier to watch a show than to read a comic book.
For sure.
Yeah,
sometimes people don't have like that time or don't want to read the comic book and just instead watching the show. So
yeah, we could do it on the show. I might keep you up to date on the comic book because the show's going to be over in a day or a week, and then I'm about to wait another.
Like this Sunday actually is like the season finale.
Yeah.
But aren't they? I thought they were coming back during the summer though.
They come back like at August, because normally what they do, which is that's why they have that break in between, is because it's supposed to almost like follow real time, because they don't show when it's winter time because they have that break in between, and then they skip the summer for some reason. I don't know why they skip the summer, but
maybe they
skip the winter. But like, I mean, do you know how hard it would be to have like a billion zombies or so many zombies on set in a winter atmosphere?
Yeah, and the thing is, with the comic book, the zombies calm down in the winter, so like it wouldn't be much of a zombie storyline to follow there. It'd be more like character development.
Wait. To be honest, if the zombies cool down during the winter, I think that would be their chance to like
go out there and kill them.
That, and plus like try to find more people like that are still alive. If you think about it, like.
But there's only so many supplies that you can have with you right now.
And we all see what happens when you find people are still alive. Insert the governor here. Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean now.
There was a Walking Dead post I saw. It said something like, what was it? Hold on, I lost my train of thought. Walking Dead poster. I'm gonna Google this.
An eye for an eye?
No, another one. It's fight the dead and fear the living.
Yeah, that's
when you
true,
look at the poster and you realize it's totally true.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
the
what it's
living
about.
is what's scarier than what the dead is.
Yeah, that's how the comic book gets, too, towards the part where I'm at. It seriously gets like that. Like, it ain't even, like, about the zombies hardly anymore. It's just... Oh, well...
Which one, though? Which Stephen King?
Stephen King's The Stand.
Yes.
You've seen that?
Yes.
It's like how the world ended, and then they're, like, trying to rebuild their society. I think we missed part of that, because it only records in 15-minute segments, so I think I might have cut off part of our conversation there for about a minute, maybe, but that's okay. People will get where we're coming from. But if we did miss it, it was about how the people are more scary than the zombies. So in Stephen King's book, the people just want to, rebuild society, but then there's an evil, person, which his name is, fuck, I forgot his name. He's an evil guy, maybe Jack or something, I don't know. But he's like the guy who's in the comic book now, in the new comic books. He's like really all like charismatic and shit. But when you don't see him like in public, he's like a devil almost. He's just horrible like person. And if it wasn't for him, the people would actually be able to start rebuilding society. But you have people like that to watch out for. And that's like what The Walking Dead is becoming about. It's more about like who is bad and who is good.
Who you can trust and who you can't, yeah. I see where you're coming from.
Oh man. So when should we cut this thing off?
Sounds like
it's like 4 o'clock in the morning for everybody right now. I think we should cut it off like soon.
Yeah, or like sometime between like now and like 2 minutes.
Alright, we'll bring it to an hour and 30 minutes and then we'll cut it off.
Alright. So that's our last topic.
We have between then and now to come up with an outro, but we'll see. Anyways, new topic.
Okay, this is our last topic of the evening, ladies and gentlemen of the viewers / listeners. Our last topic will be...
It's not really much to view, man.
I know, that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying / listeners and shit. Because right now my eyes are droopy and I'm playing Call of Duty and I'm picking up a shield.
Dude, I actually, in Call of Duty, I just got those camos. You know, the 150 kills with your gun, no attachments, and 150 kills with no perks? I just got it.
Nice. I'm gonna do that with my pistol.
And I think I ranked up to level 44 now. Yay! That only means one thing. I got the scavenger now, hopefully.
Oh my god. What should we talk about? It's like the last 10 minutes. Unless we can cut it off at 1:25.
Talk about what is our outro gonna be?
I don't know. That's a really weird question to ask, actually. I was thinking of like the Looney Tunes ending. No, folks.
That's all, folks. Yeah, that stupid shit.
Wait, we're all from the 90s, so we have to keep it like a legit 90s thing. Nah, fuck that. I don't give a fuck. Alright,
Legit 90s thing.
What was cool in the 90s? What was cool in the 90s? What do you guys remember about the 90s?
Man, fuck the 90s.
Oh, hell no, dude. The 90s is where Zelda, and like I was playing Zelda, Mario, Metal Gear Solid, PS1 came out.
Mario, that's interesting.
Yeah, dude. I was like 3 years old when I was playing Mario already. That's why my whole life Mario's been around. So.
I've been playing Mario since I was like, first got my Nintendo. It was like first game was like Mario. I don't know how old I was, maybe 4 or 5, but like I've been playing games for a while.
Yeah, playing games is my blood.
Playing games is my blood. If I don't play games, I die.
I'd be really mad if I don't play games.
Yeah, you have nowhere to get rid of your pent up aggression.
No, dude.
You'd be like, right rage, and you just flip out, and yeah, it would not be good.
I'd go Hulk style on little kids. No, today I was at Walmart, and this kid was driving like the handicap like wheelchair kind of thing that they ride around, and I really, really had the urge just to drop kick that kid and go Grand Theft Auto style on him so bad, just to kick him off and just ride it along, just say,
What you're gonna do is, like, if we're talking GTA San Andreas, you're gonna, like, take out your fucking gat. You're gonna point it at his head and be like, no, you'll be like, you ain't gotta get ugly, fool. And then, like,
no,
you're gonna,
no. You gotta pull out your deuce, your upgraded version of.
Your deuce is a modified gat. Or a 9M.
Sideways.
You gotta aim it sideways so your taps don't come back and hit your homies while you're doing drive-bys. That's what it was. I can't describe it like Ian. Oh yeah, Ian's someone else, but I can't describe it like him. It's hilarious, that story he was telling us.
The day I could not stop laughing.
I know, I don't know why, but just the way he describes it is just so funny. But anyways, I guess this will be the end for our first test run show. This will be going on my YouTube channel. Check it out. Yeah, I guess that's it. This has been Finchey.
XTokyokill.
And this is Real Mistry.
And we will see you guys next time. Later.